Okay, so I will go to the code again because there were some bugs, and this code is not looking at it is not very clear what it does. And also, we're using a method that is not that efficient because if you go here to the top of the player script, we have an array for each um, type of walking, you see, and this is not ideal. Ideally, we should have a structure uh, and then an array of that structure. So instead of these being three arrays separately, it could be just a structure with these three arrays. So that is not ideal, but it works anyway. So let me explain how the sound effect when you walk, how does that work? I will explain because it's important. So we have this variable called ground type. So this will tell us which type of terrain we are interacting with. So by default it's 0. And right now we just have two types of terrain, grass and the rock one. But let's see. So because we are playing sound effects, and these sound effects last some amount of time, we cannot use a function. So we have to use a coroutine. You see, we have these moving sound effects coroutine. Yeah. And in the controls update function, which is in the update, so every frame, we only want to start these sound effects if you are moving but we are not crouching or jumping. So we check if we are not crouching and we are not jumping, and also if we are moving here on some sort of axis, or on either axis or both, then only if it's false, if it's moving is false. So we have a bool that tells us if we are moving. Then we make it true. Why we make it true? We make it so that we don't enter this if again. And then we start that coroutine, but we save it in a variable because sometimes we want to stop it. So this is where we start it, and then here, if we are not moving at all on either axis, we make it moving forward. So now let's go to that coroutine and see how it works. So I enumerator meaning coroutine. So we have these, we create these two arrays here because we want to select walking sound effects and running sound effects based on the type of ground that we are on. So if you're on 0, we put use this one. This, if it's grass, then we use this. And then here we create an integer, and this will be the type of ground that we are on when this coroutine starts. So we make it the ground type. Okay, and I call it current ground type. So this is the ground that we are on right now. And we want to play these sound effects while we are moving, and we want to stop it when we are not moving. So we put this condition here while it's moving. And then we have these two that are almost the same. One is for walking and one is for running. So here, this being for walking, we check if we are walking. So if move speed is walk move speed. In other words, if you're walking, and ignore these debugs because these were used for fixing the bug. So if we're walking, then we go to the array of the walk sound effects, and we play them one by one. So we give that audio source that will play the sound effect. We put that sound effect in there, and then we play it. And here we wait for that effect to finish. So we check if that audio source is playing. And while it's playing, then we just wait frames until it's finished. And then it will go to the next sound effect in this folder. But you see, I have a bunch of conditions here, and these are conditions when we leave this coroutine. When we either no longer need to play it because we're not moving, or we're crouching, jumping, or we do not exit completely, but we change from walking to running. And also, if we change the type of ground, we reset it. Okay, so let's go through this. Actually, I should comment this, but I will explain it. The first condition, okay, if we're not moving, or we are jumping, or we are crouching, then that means we no longer need to play those sound effects. So we just exit. This means exit the whole coroutine. And then we check if the move speed is run move speed. So we check if we changed to running. And if that's the case, we use this break to exit the while. And then we check outside this while again. And if it is the case, then we just exit the for as well. And that will mean that we go back to the while. But this time, if we are running, it will go to here, which is exactly the same, but for running. Use the run sound effects. So that's what this does here, this line here. And then in here, we check if our ground type has changed. So if it's no longer the same ground type, we have to restart the whole coroutine. So I have a function here, restart moving sound effects coroutine. I should name coroutine, but in here we stop the coroutine that we saved in the variable, and then we start it again. And this time it will start with the correct ground type. And also we save it here in the variable. So that's pretty much everything. We forgot to add a jump sound effect, so let's do that now. And this time, I don't think we need to use a coroutine. So let's see, where is the jump logic? Get key. Yes, here. So when we press space, get key down. We want one sound effect, and then we have another when we touch the ground. But we'll do that depending on which ground type we're on. Yes, here we want to play that. But let's separate those. Well, let me see. I'm thinking if we should use this fit. Yeah, let's use the fit adjusters. But we have to make sure that the coroutine is not running. So or do we need to do that? I'm not sure. Let's see. Yeah, I think just to be safe, we'll create another. So we'll just duplicate this. Just to not complicate things. So we'll call this adjusters fit, or rather jump like that. And now we have to create a variable. So just to not make it complicated, we'll have two different adjusters. So we'll just copy paste this here and call it jump source like that. And now it's not that complicated. We'll just see here where we jump to, but actually, yes, okay. Sound effect. So fit, not fit, sorry. Jump adjusters. Click will be equal, and now we have to select some something from that, but I have to look at it because I don't know. Okay. All right. Yeah, let's let me comment here because I want to know which sound effects to play. But why do we have this actually? Why do we even have this as a array? Let's just have one clip here. So we have a jump clip, jump clip, or not like that type. Clip. We have yeah, let's delete that. Let's just use one. Okay, so we have jump, we have land, so when we touch the ground after we jump, and then we have the same for the grass. See, and now we have to place those in the script, but we have an error somewhere. Yes, here I should delete this while we first place those tips in the script. Because there are multiple variations of that, but we just need one. So let's see the folder with those. Oh, we can actually zoom in on it. Yeah. Right. So first for the grass, we want the jump, and let's see 1 second. All right, I see. So this one is for grassland, so grassland here, and this one is for the jump. Okay, and let's do the same for the tile here. This one has less variations. We have the land, and then the jump like that. And also let's add the jump adjusters here as well. And now we can play those sound effects. So in here, first we put the sound effect, the correct sound effect. So to do that, we have to see which oh, actually, not that I'm looking at this. We can simplify this actually. We can simplify this by so we can make the code less shorter and more efficient. So you see here I have the you have the 4 variables here. But what if we need to add more tips? Let's just create 2 arrays, right? One for the jump and one for the type. Okay. So let me comment this. Actually, I'll just it. So need the this is jump tips, and then public. And here we have tips. And with this, we can add later sound effects. It will be easy to implement. So now we have to do that again. So in here right now, this should be length 2 because we just have to put sound effects for each. We are in the tile here, so okay, and then this one. Oh, the other way around. Yep, like this, and then let's do the same for the grass. Yes. Oh, it's the other way around again. Okay, and now we can add to these arrays. So in here, we do not check anymore which ground type it is when we play the sound. We just say that the jump audio source clip will be that array. So jump clips, and then we just put the ground type. Okay. Ground type. But also let's make sure that these are in order before we go further. Yes, these are in order, so that's good. So jump clips, ground type, and then we specify. Oh, never mind. Like that. Let's change this to select sound effect, and then we play, sound effect. So this adjusters play, and that's it. That's everything we need to do here. But we also want a sound effect when we're touching the ground again. So here, when we enter the platform here, yes, we need after we reset this jump, we copy paste this, and we want in here this time we want the length clips, and then we just play it. It's not that very complicated. So now we have sounds for jumping, walking, and running, and for crouching we just don't play anything. So I guess it's time to test it. The walking was working, so let's see if the jump is working as well. Let's see. So I guess you can hear this. Well, we have to adjust the move speed, but other than that is working. Let's see the jump. Yep, it is working. Yep, it's working. Everything is working. And this is the ship right here. If you have time, we can go into the ship AI. So we'll make this ship have some behavior. If you have time for that, let me know. It will be like 30 minutes. Let me know if you have time. All right. Well, we have this from an asset. So you see we have all these animations with transitions as well. But let me see, look at this 1 second, make sure everything is in order. Okay, that's not, I don't know about this. Because why don't we have transitions from it to, oh, yes, actually I'm stupid. Right. Well, we don't need the run, so we remove that. Let's remove the sleeping, dead, attacking, running. This we'll keep this here actually, the dead one. Yeah, I guess that's all we need really. Let's see. Let me close some folders here because they're all open. And now we have to make a script for this. But let's see, 1 second. Freeze position. Yes, we want to freeze. But I believe I disabled the interactions. So you see, I created a physics layer for the ship here. I call it NPC, and then the player is the player layer. Okay. Let's see. I would also like this to not interact with the trees as well. But we'll see. Okay. Let's delete that as well. So let's go to the scripts. We have master scripts. Let's create one here for the ship. scripting, mono behaving, solid ship. And we want to place in the environment in here. We want to place some checkpoints. Okay, so in other words, positions, but for the ship to go to. Yeah. So the ship will just sometimes walk, sometimes play idle, and sometimes eat grass. So we have to do that in here. So let's just create an empty object here, call it ship checkpoint, like that. Let me reset that like that. Let's see that ship looks okay to me. So now it's time to create some empty objects, but that is below the platform for some reason. Why is that actually? That's interesting. Okay. So let's copy the position of the ship actually. Yes, let's copy that. Copy and paste. Okay, I don't know what's wrong with that. That's interesting. Why is that? Okay, now it seems to be okay. All right. So we just have to create a bunch of checkpoints. Okay. So just empty objects that will be positions for the ship to walk through. Now the question is, do we want for the ship to move randomly, or do we want to be slightly random? In other words, do we go to the nearest checkpoint, or do we go to a random checkpoint? Because if you want to go to one of the nearest checkpoints, then it's different. The code. Let's just do a random for now. Okay, we just create a bunch of these. Let's select all of them just to see. Let's go to each one. Put a couple more in here, like that. Now I have a bunch of checkpoints in here. Then it's time to search up on that script. So first things first, we want the move speed. So public float the move speed of the ship. And for the behaviors, let's look at the animations, because we want to know if those are looping or not. Actually, they should be all of them looping. Not that I think about it, but let's make sure. Let's see. Where does it say that? Animation. Loop time, yes. So that's looping. Let's see this one. Okay, that loops as well, and then the walking animation, that loops as well. Okay, that's good. So they are looping. So I guess we need, usually when I make AI, I use coroutines for that. So we'll do that. So we have one for idle. Okay. Like that. Let's just put something inside. Put up there and copy paste. So we have one for idle, one for walking, one for eat. So by default it is idle. And inside here we want to wait some time before moving or eating. So in here let's do that. So we need and make it a little random. So minimum idle time and then maximum idle time. So let's say we'll experiment with this. Let's say 2 seconds to 4 seconds, like that. And then we want to wait that idle time. So let's find a value between those two. So float random idle time is equal random range. So this minimum. So this will give us a random number between those two values. So create a slightly random idle time. So let's make minimum. Let me comment this. Idle time. And then here create and then we wait that time, idle time. So in here we say return wait for seconds, so wait seconds, that's what it means. And we place that random times. And then let's decide. In here we can either go to another checkpoint or we can and actually let me go to those trees here because I don't want the ship to interact with this. Okay. So let's select these and then this here, let's give them a layer. Okay, so we'll create a new layer. I'll just say let's say trees actually. And give them that layer because now we want to disable the physics for the ship, so the ship don't get stuck in the trees. So we go here to the physics array, physics matrix actually, and we disable NPCs and trees. So let's see where that is here. And now the ship should go through the trees now. And we have an error in the script somewhere, and I'm not sure why. Let me actually read this. Sorry for the noise, the pigeons at my window eating. Okay. Okay, let's see if we have an error now. Nope. Okay, that's good. So we wait the idle time, but now we want to decide if the ship should start eating or should go to a point. And let's make that 50-50. So create and that's very simple. We just say in this case an integer random index, let's see. And here we say random range 0 and 2. And you see this random range can be used for floats, and it's a little bit different because in here you see the minimum is inclusive and the maximum is exclusive. So meaning this here means from 0 to 1, not from 0 to 2 actually. And then we check which action to do. So if this index is 0, and here we put walking. Actually, never mind. We just go to the next coroutine here. So let's say let's say here. So we know that is walking. So start coroutine, walk coroutine, like that, and then else we start the other coroutine, which is the each coroutine. And let's see. Yes, now we need to have an array here. We need to not delete this update, and we need to have that array with transforms, so the positions where the ship should go. So let's say public. How do I see this? Yes, just transform. We have this transform here. Keep check point. Okay. So first we have to find a random checkpoint. So let's create here an integer. We call it random checkpoint, and this equal random range 0, and then that length of the ship checkpoint. So ship checkpoint's length, or not length. Sorry. Actually, sorry about that. Not like this. So that has a parent. So just say transform like that. Just one transform, and it will be ship checkpoints parent, or not parent. Let's call it holder, because it holds close. So in here we say this checkpoint holder transform child count, the children of that, which basically means how many checkpoints there are there. And now that we have this random checkpoint, let's create the transform. So transform target. Or why do we even say transform? Because we need the position. So let's say the top 3 target position is equal. Oh, so let me comment this as well so it's clear. So this select random point, find position of checkpoint. So that will be that folder transform get child. So we get the children with that index that we created, and then we get the position. So just we don't want the whole transform. We want just the position in world space. So now we have to calculate the moving direction for the ship, but and we will use something that we used in the past. We will use that weird for here. Let me show you what I mean. Where is it? Unity scripts. Yes, this one. We'll copy that in there because we need okay. So first things first. So we actually do not need to calculate the direction, because we're going to use vector trailer to move that. But you see this vector 3 position here does not have the same y value as the ship, so we want it to have the same value. Okay, so we'll just say get y position from ship, so it's on the same y. So y will be equal to the ship, so transform position y. So this is the this here is the position of the ship, and this is our target vector 3. And now we want to make the ship rotate towards that point. So look, rotate ship towards the target position. So transform look at, and then here we just say target position like that. And this might not work. We might get a bug, but we fix that. And now we just move ship over time target position. And now we have to decide how long this should last. So let's just say here float move time is equal to, I don't know. Oh, actually, it depends on. It depends how long that is the walking distance actually. All right, so how do we do this? How do we make it the same time? All right, that's interesting. We have to test that, I guess. Yeah, that you see the issue here. So if you move it like this with the vector 3 lab, so like I said, lab is you select a value between a beginning position and end position. So in other words, if you move this from position to another over time, those positions can vary the distance from the ship to the target. So we want this to move at different times. So now we have to think how do we do this so that the time is the same for each walking distance. Okay. Okay, let's see. How do we do that actually? Actually, one second. Be right back. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. So let's see. How do we decide how this works? Do we just divide it with the magnitude? Yes, we could divide it by the magnitude actually. So let's say that the move time is or actually, do we even need to do that? Can we just yeah, why don't we just divide here by the magnitude of that distance? So first we'll have to find that distance, okay? And that distance will be here. So let's say vector 3, find vector 3 distance between those points. So between ship position and a target position. So that will be a vector 3 distance to target be equal to so the new target position minus ship. Oh, that's position. So this here, this will be the vector, And the order doesn't really matter because we don't care about the direction. We just care about the magnitude, meaning the length of that vector t. So you can imagine it as a line in 3D. We do not care in which direction it is. We just care about the length. So the length is this magnitude. But it does not work for some reason. Let's see why. Yes, you see, this is a vector t, so we cannot do that here. Yes, so this should here should be actually a float here. Float. So that vector 3 magnitude. So now that's the distance, and I'm suggesting that we do that in here. So we divide by that distance to the target, and we can modify later. That's not an issue. So we can take this and multiply by some move speed if we want to. So in here, the beginning position and the end position. Yes, so let's create those. We need to create these two here. So let's have create begin position. So vector 3 begin pose equal, and this will be the position of the ship right now. So confirm position, and then we create end position. So vector 3 end position is equal, and let me know if you have like 10 more minutes. So end position will be the position of the target. So target position. Yes.
Oh, okay. I think I have around like 10 more minutes.
Okay. I'll try to finish this quick.
Alright, I'm here.
Okay. So now we have the beginning, and we do that first. Why don't you might be asking why don't we just put the target position in here and the ship position in here? The reason we do not do that is because the position of the ship will change. So we have to save it before we change it, so that we know that, because otherwise this will be bugged a little bit. It will go faster than expected. So here we move that ship for the beginning position to the end position, and then yeah, after that we can either go to idle or it, I guess, here. So let's see, we already have a 50-50 chance for it's idle to it. So let's just eat 100% here. So start coding, and we place the coding here. But you see, we forgot an important detail, and that is to play the animations. So in here we have to say public animator. We get it here in the start function. So animator. And let's see, for the idle, it is by default in the idle animation. So I guess, but I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, why do we even have conditions there? Because I don't think we need those. Yeah, I don't think we need those actually. So in the animator, sorry, it's loading. And also, why do we call this ship it? I don't know. I guess that doesn't matter that much, but we don't really need. Let me actually delete those. We do not miss. Oh wait, I deleted something that I should not have deleted. So first let's delete these transitions, and then let's delete those parameters because we don't need them actually. Let's look zoom in on this 1 second. So it's idle with a smaller one. Okay. So this is enabled by default, I believe. Yes. So wait, what? Okay, I don't know what that was, but okay. So by default, it is in the idle animation. So when we start with this coroutine, the idle. And the reason that I decided to wait different amount of time so that the ship will not move at the same time. We move differently from one another. Okay, so in here when we're walking, we have to actually here when we start walking, we have to start animation. So we can say enable walking animation. Also animator play, and we have to specify the name. So in this case it was like that. So that's pretty much it. And also here when we start idle, let's just say play idle animation, then copy that line from here. So it is idle, the name of the animation. And we do it once because it will look. And now for the 8 coroutine, let's see, for this one, it's very similar with the other coroutine because we just wait, enable an animation and wait. So I'll just copy the whole logic. So play eating animation. Let's see how that's called. It's called ship it. Like that. Let's do the same thing here. Let's modify the comments. Wait this time. And then we can either go to idle or running. So let's say idle and then run. And this should be enough. Now we just have to create a bunch of ship and give those the checkpoints, and it should be working. And we have to play with the move speed, so we have to find the right move speed. Yes, so let's add that to our area here. Create a bunch more. Move them around a bit, maybe rotate them a little bit. Like that. Rotate. All right. I guess for this, let's add one more. Oh wait, I set it wrong. Yeah. So something like that. And now we have to select all of these. So like that. And then let's add the ship script to all of them. The animator we get by script, so we just need to add that checkpoint here, all of them. And let's actually save one ship here. Let's go NPC and let's add that ship. So we have this as a saved asset. All right, and now it's time to test, I guess. And also, I would like this ship to not touch the player as well. So let's go to the physics matrix, and I will finish in 2 minutes. Just disable the NPCs and player. Oh, it's already. Wait, what? Oh, it's already disabled. Okay. Now it's time to see in action. Hopefully this works. Yeah, that seems to work quite alright. Yeah, that works quite well. That's interesting. Okay. And we will add sound effects to it as well. But I want to this do it a little bit longer, so let's just increase this a little bit. So let's try 400 per second. Want this to it for longer. Uh, okay. So that's it, I guess. So we finished for today. We created some basic AI. We do have an issue, however, with the smoothness of transitions between animations. So we might have to, in the end, we might have to create some transitions so that these will not be instantly. Yeah, we have to add transitions. So we'll fix that for the next time. But thank you for being here.
Oh, okay, okay. So in the next